ABC News has learned that the FBI is on the move, investigating evidence that trained terrorists were able to come into the U.S. as refugees and slip right into the heartland. It seems they sneaked in with thousands and thousands of legitimate refugees from Iraq. And there are new images tonight showing why the FBI is so concerned. ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross starts us off.
This FBI surveillance video was made in Kentucky. It shows an admitted Al-Qaeda terrorist who had already killed American soldiers in Iraq, trying to get weapons to kill more of them. And authorities tell ABC News he may be just one of dozens of men with American blood on their hands who were mistakenly allowed to settle in the U.S. as refugees.
These are trained terrorists in the art of bomb making that are inside the United States. And quite frankly, from a Homeland Security perspective, that greatly concerns me.
The Kentucky case unfolded in the city of Bowling Green, where two Iraqi Al-Qaeda cell members had moved into quiet neighborhoods, living here and here. Authorities say that Wad al-Wan and Mohammed Hamadi were able to come to the U.S. because of a flawed system of background checks that did not pick up their terrorist pasts.
The system failed here, though.
If you're asking my opinion, I would say the system failed. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been here in the first place.
In Iraq, the two men were part of an Al-Qaeda group that carried out a relentless series of attacks against U.S. forces with roadside bombs, including one that killed 4 members of the Pennsylvania National Guard in 2005.
These two individuals specifically are innately evil.
During the FBI undercover operation, the men said they wanted to carry out new attacks in the U.S. and also kill a U.S. Army captain who had served in Iraq.
They wanted to, assassinate, this particular U.S. captain.
A big break in the case came out of this FBI warehouse in Washington.
This is basically America's bomb library.
The repository for some 100,000 bombs used against American targets around the world. FBI technicians were able to find the fingerprints of one of the Kentucky men on a bomb that had been planted in Iraq in 2005.
Yeah, you can see right here.
And right there.
Yep.
What was that like when you made the match?
It was like finding a needle in a haystack.
And now there is an urgent effort here to go through a huge backlog of other bombs, looking for fingerprint matches with other refugees in the U.S. who also may have been able to hide their Al-Qaeda ties.
We are currently supporting dozens of current counterterrorism investigations like that.
Dozens of cases?
Correct.
Where you're looking for prints of people who are in this country now?
That's correct.
The two Kentucky men both pleaded guilty and are now imprisoned. But the discovery of Al-Qaeda in Kentucky led to a 6-month suspension of the refugee program, which has resettled tens of thousands of legitimate refugees. The Immigration Service says it has now tightened security on background checks, hoping in effect they've closed the barn door in time to keep other terrorists out.
But they're on it in a new way, full force.
Absolutely 700 agents and technicians assigned to the task.
All right. Thank you so much, Brian. Want everybody to know you'll have more tonight, a full report on Nightline as well.